Alrighty, what's up YouTube? Karima Winston here. You guys, this video actually, whoa, that was the very first time that I've ever actually said my full name, you guys, like that, in full. I mean, I do use, obviously, my government name, my full name in real life on my license and on documents and all that stuff. But that is the very first time that I've ever actually really said, like my full name like that on a YouTube stream or on a YouTube video or anything like that. So with that being said, you guys, but you know, with that being said, it is formal though, and I am a journalist, so I should know better. And actually, let me talk through my mic, you guys. You guys can see I have my handy dandy notebook. I have my handy, which they used to say on Blue's Clues, by the way, you guys, if you guys know that cartoon. I grew up on Blue's Clues, by the way, you guys, as a side note. But at any rate, and let me talk through my microphone right here, you guys, since I do have my microphone right here. I don't know if it's gonna, you know, make any difference. Is it making any difference? It sounds a little bit different, obviously. All right, you guys, so let me talk through my microphone, actually. But at any rate, you guys, so hi, YouTubers out there, chat. I'm gonna call you guys chat, obviously. You know, that's the new terminology going on to refer to the internet. So hi, chat, YouTubers. How are y'all doing? I hope that you all are well. And I hope that you guys are yes, I hope that you all are well, because honest to goodness, you guys, because I'm not, chat. I'm not doing so well, to be honest, and I need some help. But it's not what you guys think. I need some help, you guys, for a good cause, actually. I think I need some help, you guys. So it's time to talk about it, what I need help with. I have an addiction, you guys. I have an addiction, yes. It's not healthy. It's severely getting out of hand now, you guys. I have an addiction to NBA 2K. It's not good, you guys. I mean, it is good because NBA 2K is the very best video game of all time ever. But you know, but it's getting out of hand, you guys. So I have no intent though on stopping anytime soon because my addiction is good. For example, you guys, it is good because 2K is the best video game ever. But so I have no intent on stopping anytime soon. But I think I do need, you guys, I need intervention, chat. I really do. I think I need intervention. So let's talk about it. It's no secret, you guys. I love NBA 2K. I play this video game so much, and I'm so obsessed with NBA 2K. I'm so obsessed with this game. And that's coming from a person who grew up on NBA Live as well. So you guys, I had to switch over to 2K, y'all. I always grew up around 2K as well. You guys, you know, my cousins and my siblings and I, we got we had every single 2K ever growing up, and we used to play every 2K ever growing up. But honest to goodness, you guys, I have never myself personally been so obsessed and amazed by a video game ever in recent times. Except for maybe when the Max Payne trilogy came out, you guys, except for maybe Max Payne. So yes, chat, not even Grand Theft Auto, you guys, not even GTA. I mean, so 2K got me, you guys. And the thing with 2K is, you guys, so yes, not even GTA, guys, so 2K got me. And the thing with 2K too, you guys, chat, is just the way you make builds, the my career story, the street ball, playing street ball in the park online with others, and how, you know, just overall how they have just turned the officially licensed NBA game, this official NBA game, into this all immersive experience. I love that. So shout out to the developers, the makers of NBA 2K, man. I mean, you guys know the gameplay director, Mike Wang. So yes, I'm shouting out Mike Wang during my video right now. So yes, Mike Wang, the gameplay director for NBA 2K, Ryan 2K, a long-standing, obviously, face and long-known, familiar face of the NBA 2K company, and everyone at 2K, really, all of the devs, man. And I mean this sincerely, like, this is a sincere thank you for this video game that I am so severely obsessed with and that I play like all the time. So with that being said, you guys, you all should know I'm bringing you this video today because NBA 2K just held their game reveal for the latest installment of the upcoming new NBA 2K27. So before I buy another 2K, you guys, before I get to streaming and pulling my hair out and you guys, and throwing controllers and screaming all over the place and all that, and let's talk about it. It's time to talk about my dear God love for NBA 2K. And in this video, we'll also obviously talk about the new NBA 2K27, excuse me, and what was revealed during that game reveal stream. So with that being said, you guys, I was going to say, I almost slipped and said NBA 2K26. So with that being said, you guys, chat, so that happened fast, right? It feels like just yesterday that NBA 2K26 was here, and we were being hype over NBA 2K26. But time flies, you guys, right? When you're having fun, you guys know the saying, time flies when you're having fun. And the 2K community knows how this goes. You know, there's nothing like the excitement around a new 2K. You know, that's the whole point. You know, you know what time it is when July and August, you know, rolls around, chat, right? At that first Friday in September. I can't wait. You know, I know myself personally, I can't wait every year for 2K Day every year when it rolls around. You know, nothing like loading up 2K, NBA 2K for the first time, man, on that first day, and you know, and bringing your created made up player to the park and their brown shirt and the gray sweats and with the 60 overall next to your name. You know, there's no feeling like it. But yes, you guys, we were just coming together around on NBA 2K26, right? But with that being said, you guys, actually, I got my play out of NBA 2K26, actually, though, you guys, actually. You know, by season 6, I would say, I started to drift off, even though I did play season 6. And of course, you guys know season 6 on NBA 2K26 had that lovely park. You guys know I've been streaming, by the way, all of the start of the seasons on NBA 2K26. I told you guys, I sit here, yes, playing this video game. I love NBA 2K. I play 2K more than I do anything else in my life, honestly, goodness, you guys. That's why I'm doing this video. I need some intervention, you guys. But back to my point, you guys. So yes, I enjoy NBA 2K26. I was streaming every single season, except, actually, as a side note, except for season 6 for some reason, which was my favorite park, actually, you guys. That's probably why I didn't stream, because I was so excited and I just jumped right into it. I didn't even stream it, you guys. But yes, the season 6 park, if you guys recall, if you all recall, it was the that lovely park which looked like a festival, which looked like a carnival. You know what I mean? It looked like Summerfest here in Milwaukee, or State Fair, or it looked like you know, which is my hometown state, by the way. You guys, which, by the way, as a side note, I'm still in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was going to I was kicking it in Atlanta for a while, you guys, and I've been some places, but I'm you know, I'm here currently right now recording this video in Milwaukee. But at any rate, you guys, back to my point. So by season 6, I started to drift off, you guys. I was, you know, I was like, you know, I'm ready for something new by the time season 6 rolled around. So yes, I did play season 6, and I played season 7, and I played season 8, and I played season 8 as well. And of course, we are now in season 9 on NBA 2K26, which is the last season, obviously, on NBA 2K26. You guys, really is no season. So yes, you guys, around season 6 is when I started to be like, okay, you know, I'm ready for something new. And that's how it is. You know, this is why 2K, you know, makes a game every year, because they know, you know what I mean? We you know, I had all of my builds personally, you guys, to a 90-99 overall, of course, by then, and I was a vet too by season 6, by the way. And which, as a side note too, by the way, you guys, I am still a vet too on NBA 2K26. For some reason, you guys, I cannot get to vet 3. I cannot reach vet 3 for some reason, you guys, on NBA 2K26. For some reason, I cannot reach vet 3. I've been stuck at vet 2 ever since, like, season 6. So you guys, y'all, I don't know why that is, man. See, somebody doesn't want me to be great, man. Somebody doesn't want me to have those body mods, man, and the 25% off the My Player apparel and swags and the stores and limited edition and all that. You know, which, as a side note to you guys, my goal this year on NBA 2K26 was to hit legend. My goal was to hit legend. But I didn't do that because I've been busy. I'm a grown up sometimes, you guys. I've been busy, and I've been, you know, trying to keep up with 2K. So yes, you guys, season 6, you guys, I started to drift off. But anyway, chat, I loved NBA 2K26. The seasonal changing of the parks. That was such a phenomenal idea. I mean, we literally got a new park every single season. And I thank and I appreciate 2K for that. Which, as a side note, though, you guys, as a side note, that brings me to something. During this season 9, I feel like we should have went back to the Skyline Park, by the way. We went back to Sunset Beach, that 2K, the 2K remaster of Sunset Beach Park for this last season. I knew that they were going to take us back to a park that we had, but I really do sincerely feel that we should be back in Skyline Park, the season 1 Skyline Park. That lovely evergreen, just all that green grass and the courts, and, you know, that kind of high school, that prospect feel. It looks like, you know, it looks like outside of a high school or something, you know, the track area, the football field, and of course the basketball. So yes, I feel like we should have been taken back to Skyline Park, you guys, for this season 9. But at any rate, it is the last season. It doesn't matter anyway. NBA 2K27 is here, you guys. But back to 2K26, though, before we get to 2K27. So with that being said, though, I did thoroughly enjoy, yes, NBA 2K26, you guys. I love the seasonal changing of the parks. As I just mentioned, my favorite park was the season 6 park, that carnival festival looking park. I absolutely love that park. And then I think actually my other favorite, well, actually, guys, I'll talk more about this on a podcast. I won't get into too much of what my favorites are and all of that stuff like that. But as a side note, I did enjoy, since I mentioned it, I did also enjoy the season 1 Skyline Park. But yes, you guys, what I also enjoyed was about 2K26, the motion engine, if that's what you would call it, that motion engine, which was so fresh and just bouncy and everything and animated. And I just loved it. You know, I don't know how to explain it. The gameplay was just so fresh and bouncy on NBA 2K26, and I felt my controller vibrating. You know, when I would do certain stuff, you know, it just felt good on the sticks. You know what I mean? I felt like I was on air or something, you guys. When I was playing NBA 2K26, it just, you know, it was just so amazing, the gameplay. I mean, everything was so perfect. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Everything was just so perfect, with the exception, though, you guys, of that still animation, man, where you the offense and you get the ball stolen from you and it makes you stumble, like you can't even fight for the ball back. Which, for you cool kids out there, I know you guys call that you guys call it bump steals, the bump steals. Yes, the bump steals on NBA 2K26, I absolutely cannot stand that. That was the worst thing. So yes, with the exception of the bump steals, you guys. And of course, though, last but not least, the Out of Bounds, my career story, which was called Out of Bounds. I absolutely loved it, you know, which felt like the old days of 2K. You know, 2K brought back that dynamic kind of fun, you know, lighthearted storytelling. You know, I really felt MP's story in Out of Bounds. You know, it took us from the journey, being a high school prospect all the way to the NBA, which of course this year, the also, instead of having like a college pathway, you had to go play overseas. So like very much so in real life basketball, NBA, you know, we had an international player, we had an overseas player. So MP, instead of joining the NBA, he didn't get drafted right away. He went to, he didn't go to college either. He went to, he played in some club league after high school, and then he went to the overseas. You got to choose between Paris and Spain, which again, you guys, I'll talk more about this on an all NBA 2K podcast, by the way. I won't get too much into, you know, back to, you know, into 2K26. I'll review 2K26 on a podcast, but I did enjoy the NBA 2K26 Out of Bounds My Career story, you guys. I really did. But you guys, always enjoy NBA 2K My Career, though. I mean, you know, I feel like we are too harsh. On some of y'all are too harsh on 2K, you know, when it comes to the My Career story. I mean, don't get me wrong, chat. I'm with you. I feel like it was 2K18, which, you know, which kind of set us apart, right? That was a story where we, you know, where we were sent back. We went to we were started as a DJ, then we went to the NBA, and then we got sent back to the Fort Wayne Ants. You guys, the G League team in Fort Wayne. I feel like, and then also my thing was that woman friend that they gave us, they didn't give us like a male, they didn't give us that like the best friend, but they gave us like a woman best friend who wasn't your girlfriend, though. It was just really interesting story. But shout out to 2K though, man. I mean, like I said, I can't call it. I really really enjoy the My Career story. That's why I say I think you guys are too harsh out there. You guys know what I'm talking about, the 2K community. You all are too harsh on 2K when it comes to the My Career story. And again, I think it's because we're getting spoiled out here. And this is what my video is about as well, you guys, today. But anyway, that brings me to my point. NBA 2K26 though was definitely one of the better 2Ks out of the on the next gen releases. And with that being said, you guys, which I have played every single one of those, by the way. I started playing NBA 2K like obviously long before the next gen releases, obviously, but I became very serious in being addicted to it, you know, NBA 2K around since NBA 2K20. I want to say NBA 2K19, NBA 2K20, and then the PS5 was introduced. Obviously the PlayStation 5 was introduced in 2020 on the next gen as the next gen console. And you guys remember that NBA 2K21 had two editions. And it was being billed as NBA 2K21 Standard Edition with Damian Lillard on the cover, and then NBA 2K21 Next Gen with Zion Williamson. You guys, I bought both covers of those. obviously, and I played on the Zion Williamson one, and then the PS5, obviously, excuse me, and then of course the NBA 2K21, if you guys remember, the NBA 2K21 next gen, that Zion cover was obviously paired with the release of the next gen console, the PS5, as the as like the representative game, you know, of the new next gen console, the next gen game. I mean, or at least for us, you know, us 2K fans and us basketball folks. And so with that being said, guys, I've honestly been playing every single 2K rigorously since the release of the PlayStation 5. Like, that's all I've been doing with my life over the past 6-7 years, good or bad, you know, the perfect ones and the not so perfect ones. There's always critiques, you guys. I mean, in terms of NBA 2K, don't get me wrong, you know, just because we're spoiled and we're video gamers and we just like to, you know, chit chat and talk, especially with a game like 2K that has so much going on and there's so much goes into it on the technical front. It really is a very highly sophisticated video game, which, you know, 2K has built a really lovely community around their video game. So that brings my point, you guys. Yes, I've been playing every single 2K though, you guys, since the release of the PlayStation 5. Honest to goodness, I mean, I've been playing other games too on the PS5. You know, I played the Spider-Man Miles Morales, Call of Duty, GTA 5. Of course, I played a little bit of GTA 5. Even though I finished that story, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I finished Grand Theft Auto 5, excuse me, on the PlayStation 4, man. But I did go back, and then especially when they released that trilogy, Rockstar Games, I've been playing. I did play the GTA trilogy with the remastered editions of San Andreas, Vice City, and what was the third, you guys? I can't think right now. Excuse me. But yes, I did play the GTA 5 Definitive Edition trilogy also on the PS5. So at any rate, you guys, that brings me to my point again. There's you know, I personally am a fan. Back to NBA 2K, you guys. I personally am a fan of the next gen releases of the NBA 2K, especially NBA 2K23 with of course none other than the GOAT Michael Jordan on the cover. NBA 2K24 and its gameplay, which looks so cartoonish, and I love the graphics of NBA 2K24. That summer vibe. I really love the city and the park also on NBA 2K24, and yes, the gameplay. It was, you know, and I love that. That's when they introduced, you guys, the walking bucket and the high flyer builds for all you cool kids out there, for all my experts. Yes, NBA 2K24 saw the debut of the high flyer. I had the high flyer build, you guys, on NBA 2K24, as well as a walking bucket. Those were my favorite builds, along obviously with my beloved, the build I always make on NBA 2K, the two-way point forward. But at any rate, you guys, I'm personally a fan, you guys, of the new releases. And yes, NBA 2K24, of course, and the Kobe cover. So yes, the gameplay was superior, and the Kobe cover as well. And of course, last but not least, in 2K26 by far, NBA 2K26 by far exceeded expectations. And yes, as a side note, you guys, chat, I know you guys are gonna give me, but NBA 2K25, actually, I enjoyed as well. I wasn't one of those that really complained. I didn't really not like the gameplay on NBA 2K25. It had a great kind of genius mundaneness to it. I really enjoyed NBA 2K25 as well. But I think it's because, you know, it's next gen. You know, maybe my expectations, you know, were and still are, you know, very high, you know, since the next gen console releases, you know, the PlayStation 5 and also as well the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, which I own as well. You guys, I do own an Xbox Series S along with the PS5. But I'm still an old head too, you guys, don't get me wrong. You know, as you guys can probably tell by all these lovely NBA 2K covers behind me, you guys, yes. And yes, all of these video games I've owned over, obviously, over the course of my lifetime. But anyway, you guys, with that being said, so now it's that time again. You know, it's that time of year again. NBA 2K27 is coming. 2K Day is almost better than Christmas, you guys. And see, here's the thing though. Well, it's not 2K Day yet, technically yet. Game hasn't come out yet. But here's the thing. The only thing more exciting than actual 2K Day is the game release is the marketing campaign done by 2K. You know, it's the marketing campaign that 2K starts doing for the next 2K. So with that being said, yes, NBA 2K showed up big again this year. And on Tuesday afternoon, which was 2 days ago, there was a huge game reveal where, you know, 2K TV hosts LD2K and Chris Manning and Alexis Morgan, who I love, by the way, and I love NBA 2K TV, by the way, we're standing in the middle of the Clippers arena at the Intuit Dome with that scoreboard that I believe Kawhi with this big Megatron, Jumbotron behind them that, that I believe Kawhi had that, fake, Kawhi Leonard had that fake sponsorship with, y'all. No, I'm just kidding, by the way, you guys. No, I'm kidding. But yes, with the big kind of Jumbotron behind them though, man. But anyway, now usually 2K drops gameplay news, right? You guys know how this goes. Usually 2K drops the gameplay news, the trailer and my career and my player and the city and my team and et cetera, on a weekly basis. They'll drop, my team news, and then the next week they'll drop another news and so on and so forth. But this year, you guys, they decided to do it all on the same day this year, and which is what I really enjoyed that, and I really appreciated that. I want, to kind of savor to not build up so much anticipation. I actually hate when 2K does the campaign, the weekly stuff, because I get so excited. Like, I want everything, I want all the news in the same day. Like, don't hold back. You know what I mean? I don't want 2K to hold back, because I want all the news that I can stand in the same day. Just so I can, just so I won't have to be like, oh man, what's next? Just so I won't have to keep daydreaming over here to myself about what's next. You know what I mean? We won't have to keep fantasizing about what's the next news, what's going on next week. So I love that 2K, yes, did it all in the same day this year. And it worked out well for them. The live stream for which we're going to get more into, Chad, throughout this video, which was really great. That's how NBA 2K27, though, you guys, is going to be, fire or great, basically, Chad. If you guys don't get my lingo, I said it's going to be fire. You guys know what fire means. It's just going to be hot. It's going to be heat. It's going to be hot. But first things first, speaking of fire, the name of the My Career story is Fire and Concrete this year, but we're getting to that, you guys. So first things first, 2K introduced us to the 2K Mart. That was the first thing that they did as a part of the marketing campaign before the big game reveal on Tuesday. They showed up on Twitter, on social with, and it did a stream for this as well, where they showed the 2K Mart. It's basically a grocery store. And what I thought it to mean, by the way, that we were going to be getting like I was looking into the symbolism, by the way, you guys, of the 2K Mart already. I was thinking that it meant that we're going to be getting like a larger, NBA 2K22 style city. But all that it meant was, but that we know that's not the case, because we know now with the, we know now what the NBA 2K27 city looks like, because it looks exactly like the city of NBA 2K26. So it's identical, except it has like a nighttime theme to it, which is a big theme. It's a big change there, and I really love that. But so back to my point, I thought we were getting a larger city, but that's not the case, actually. So all that it means, though, is that I feel like with 2K, the 2K Mart means obviously that we're just getting a lot. There's a lot more in store. There's a lot more where that came from. There's a lot going on. There's a lot more in store for NBA 2K27. And based off the game reveal on Tuesday, there is a lot going on with NBA 2K27. There is a lot in store and a lot more where that came from. So I watched that roadmap reveal stream, by the way, with I believe a 2K dev, Evan. Evan is always great on the 2K streams that I've been watching on Twitch. Evan and the content creator that's a co-host with him, I believe Stacks is his name. And I watch Stacks, by the way, on YouTube as a side note. I don't know if they want to be shout out on my video today, but I'm putting people on the spot. But at any rate, I did watch that roadmap reveal stream by NBA 2K, and they went. And they went over everything in the Mart, the 2K Mart, by the way. They had to find stickers during that roadmap stream, and they went over everything in the 2K Mart. They had to find stickers and turn over stickers, and each sticker revealed something new, some new information about NBA 2K27. And I thought that was cool. I really did. I really appreciate it. I thought that was cool. So you know how that those things, excuse me. We know now what all those things really mean. You guys, from the stickers from the 2K Mart, we know now what all of that means because of the game reveal on Tuesday. So we don't have to drop hints and talk about 2K Mart, too much here. But I just wanted to mention it, and I just wanted to mention the 2K Mart because it just looks cool, especially with the Vic Van Leer, you guys, I have obviously my laptop in front of me because I have a gameplay information that we're going to go over and all that. But yes, the Vic Van Leer mural painted on the outside of the 2K Mart, I just thought that was so cool. And which, of course, too, I thought that was a hint toward the fact that we may be getting a 2K16, Spike Lee joint, NBA 2K16, My Career, Spike Lee-esque centric My Career story, which again, we are getting a My Career story in NBA 2K27, as I said, and it does, yes, look fire, as I said, fire and concrete, you guys, but that's later. Anyway, you guys, actually, before the 2K mark, there was also that countdown, the shot clock, the countdown, which we're not going to go over the hints from these, from those countdown, the countdown posts that 2K did on social, because we obviously know now what the game looks like. I'm going to talk about that on a podcast, on my 2K appreciation podcast, just for the fun, and tell you what I thought they were. So with that being said, you guys, without further ado, we're not going to get more into this. So yes, you guys, you can see I have my laptop actually in front of me because we're going to be going over 2K27 and all that jazz. So yes, without further ado, let's jump straight into what we now know about NBA 2K27 since the game reveal was on Tuesday. The first order of business now with NBA 2K27, you guys, let me get my handy dandy, let me get my laptop ready and let me pull up all the gameplay and all that, you guys. The first order of business for me, or for 2K as well, was the gameplay trailer. That was dropped first. Of course, 2K always dropped the gameplay trailer, which I'll be honest, you guys, looks simpler and not as exciting as NBA 2K26's trailer. But it's a good thing, you guys. It's just something that I noticed. The trailer, honestly, goodness, you guys, in my humble opinion, is not as exciting as NBA. It didn't look as exciting as NBA 2K26's trailer. The trailer also looks NBA 2K22-ish to me. And it's almost it's boring, to be honest, the trailer, based off the trailer itself. It looks boring and simpler, or it seems that way. I mean, the trailer, has its moments. Like all the trade happenings and all the super teams and the super duos, and the superstars on their new teams. You get LeBron James in a Philadelphia 76ers jersey, LaMelo Ball throwing Anthony Edwards a lob. You got Luka passing it to Austin Reeves. Giannis and Bam doing a chest bump. Or if they high five each other, Chad, I forgot. But yes, you got Giannis and Bam in there, and the cover star himself, Mr. Victor Wembanyama, Wemby, and the other cover athletes as well, Caitlin Clark and Derrick Rose, making buzzer beaters, man. I mean, it looks fantastic. That's the best thing about the trailer, by the way, the Derrick Rose buzzer beater at the end of the trailer. So yes, by the looks of the trailer, you guys, the trailer is simple, but it looks realistic and still has that 2K realism quality. Obviously, the likeness of the players jumps out, as well as the gameplay. I mean, the trailer has a genius mundaneness to it. It's still quality, but just admittedly not the excitement to it. It's not as exciting and jumping with the song by the band Blur playing as the soundtrack, by the way. It's just not as exciting. You guys remember they made 2K26 camera, they made 2K26 trailer with the camera angles and all that. So yes, you guys, the 2K27 trailer is not as exciting as 2K26 is. But that just means, though, Chad, I believe that means that we're getting a more technically sound NBA 2K this time around. That's about its business, going back to the basics and the basketball of it. So you guys, so that brings me to something. NBA 2K27 does have a lot going on in it, man. I mean, from the initial trailer, I feel like the gameplay looks to have taken a backseat to the other major developments going on. You know what I mean? It looks like the gameplay is going to take a backseat to the major developments going on, that they announced during the game reveal. But I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I think I'm wrong. Also, I feel like based on the trailer and what I initially saw, I was thinking that, okay, gameplay looks simple, it looks basic. But I think I'm wrong, you guys, because during the game reveal, the gameplay director for NBA 2K, Mike Wang, he went over the gameplay analytics and was being interviewed by a content creator / YouTuber, which I watch, by the way. But I learned a lot from it. From the looks of the trailer and other gameplay footage, the 2K looks simple and basic, but it's a good thing. Like there's a new dynamic to layups, for example, that Mike Wang was explaining, the gameplay director that he explained. There's this new dynamic to layups, and you can use different, layup packages and twist your ball or a certain angle to get the shot that you want. You basically control, you basically customize the move and have more control over your player. It doesn't seem to be as much pro play working in this 2K, even though I know pro play is in NBA 2K27. But 2K is going back to the old days, I feel like, of player control. And I feel like, I think on this 2K, you know, it goes back to the old days of the player, more player control and feel. It's going back to the basics a little bit, if you know what I mean, with the layup and the layup dynamics that Mike Wang was explaining during the gameplay reveal. Is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. It's the way that you twist your body and you can customize your layups. Also, there's a new dunk meter, you know, which I love. You know, you have to time every dunk now on the gameplay front, you guys. So yes, there's going to be a new dunk meter. The dunk meter is the newness of it, though, is that you have to time every dunk now. So even if you're square button dunking, you have to, you know, or using the right analog stick, you have to be using the meter either way. I wonder now, though, my question, though, I wonder if the function of the analog stick for the dunks, where the dunk meter is going to be, you know, just strictly hold it down. Do you have to just hold it right straight down, or do you do up, or do you do the up down? I hope it's just holding it down, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, but even though I enjoy a challenge, but at any rate, but boy, oh boy, are people going to have fun, though, with the dunk meter on NBA 2K27. People are going to have fun with this one. I know I will enjoy this as long as my meter, you know, is present and it doesn't, you know, play that disappearing act on me, and I can, you know, posterize folks. So yes, as a person who makes slasher builds and all that jazz, you know, I'm going to enjoy the new dunk meter. The fact that you have to now use the meter all the time, it doesn't faze me. I think it's going to be a really good deal for slashers and for my finishers on, you know, my dunkers on NBA 2K, my layup makers on NBA 2K27. But with that being said, there's a lot more to gameplay and the builder as well. You know, the builder lets you preview cap breakers now in the builder system, and there's 19 new badges. Or the 22 new badges, you guys. The 22 new badges, I'm looking at, hold on a second. I believe it's 19 new badges, you guys, on NBA 2K27. And badge tokens now, you earn now to upgrade instead of using, you know, just the simple color scheme upgrade of the badges. You know, you have the bronze, the silver, the gold, and then you have Hall of Fame, and then you have the red, you know, yeah, basically the red. But now you still have those color schemes, but now they have badge tokens, and you have to earn those through gameplay. When you go to the park and in other game modes, you earn badge tokens, which upgrade your builds now. So I think that is a really great, and actually just explain the badge tokens, chat. I was going to say that, you know, I want to sit here and explain, I want to explain badges and badge tokens. But you guys, I'll let you cool kids go read the courtside report yourselves. I was going to go into it, but I think I just explained it in a more simpler way to myself and to you all, the way that badge tokens work, which I'll get more into on my 2K podcast as well. But yes, you have to earn these tokens. It's basically, you know, kind of like earning takeover and upgrading your attributes. You get better each game. You earn these tokens, and it go toward each of your badges in the game. But here's the catch, though, chat. I just said, yes, I want to sit here and explain it all, but I won't. But here's my advice, really. Don't overthink it. 2K is a very sophisticated video game. It is. It has a lot going on. You know what to expect. I'll let you smart folks go read the courtside report. But I'm just, you know, pointing out, you know, what stands out to me. And plus, all we have left is to play the game, actually. You know what I mean? We have to play the game first to truly, you know, understand anything anyway. To really truly say anything about gameplay. I mean, every 2K, by the way, is different. You guys know this. Sometimes the builder is pie charts, and sometimes it's a bar graph. And then they introduce cap breakers, you know, one year, you know, since they've introduced cap breakers. So every 2K, yes, in terms of gameplay, in terms of the badges and all that talk and all that jazz, it's really, you have to get your hands on the game. And then, and obviously too, as me doing my video right now, I'm obviously here to, you know, explain everything and try to help others and help myself as well, you know, navigate this dynamic world of NBA 2K, this beautiful, sophisticated basketball game. That's why I'm doing this video. But the thing is, again, you guys, it's really a game that you have to feel, you have to touch, you have to get your hands on. You have to, and then you go watching tutorials on YouTube, and hopefully, myself included, content creators and streamers and other YouTubers, and this is where I fall into the category, my videos. I hope that it does help others navigate the video game world and playing NBA 2K. It really will help that people, and that's why the 2K does the courtside report, because in addition to their trailers and just the simple gameplay news, they have to really write a report on all that's going on, because it's a lot going on with the game, and there's a lot to figure out. But with that being said, and then of course every 2K is different, and then there are similarities as well. There's a familiarity and consistency with to 2K every year that keeps the old heads playing, while garnering new casual fans. And I love that. So I have to get my hands on the game first, you guys. Even though I'm giving some thoughts here on the sneak preview that we just got. I just know the game looks solid and busy and fun, last but not least. Now, speaking of fun, onto the fun of NBA 2K27, which you all have been waiting for. All right, folks, are you ready for this? Because I wasn't. Rucker Park is in NBA 2K27. Rucker Park, you guys heard me right. I don't know if my microphone is on, you guys. Rucker Park is in NBA 2K, is in the game this year. Now, I know some 2K community folks were teased it last year. Some folks and some fans thought that NBA 2K, Rucker Park was going to be in NBA 2K26 because 2K was teasing it. You guys know the Slam event, Slam Magazine hosts the event at Rucker Park. And 2K was there, NBA 2K was there at Rucker Park last summer. And Alexis Morgan from 2K TV specifically, I love Alexis Morgan, by the way, but standing on Got Next spots. She was there and she was hosting, and she was standing on the Got Next spots at Rucker, and people around, and people assumed that this meant that the historic and beloved basketball park was going to be in the game, was going to be in NBA 2K26. Now, it wasn't in NBA 2K26, and it would have actually been perfect. Actually, 2K26 actually would have been perfect for Rucker Park, actually, if they would have put it in 2K26, if they would have put it in the game last year. But hey, here we are at 2K27, you guys, and 2K, listen to us, man. I thought it was all just kind of, just hoopla and fans kind of being overzealous about it, even though obviously it's a good idea, but now they really listen, you guys. They heard our cries. It's indeed in NBA 2K27, Rucker Park, the first streetball park, mainstream streetball park that you've ever heard of. It's only right. It's right there in NBA 2K27, you guys. It's going to be in NBA 2K27. And it's only right that it's an NBA 2K, by the way, you guys. It's only right. A game that honors the street ball aspect, ever since the 2K introduced Park. Park isn't old. The Park system in 2K is inspired by and isn't old, obviously, to the great Rucker Park. It's a made up Rucker, all of these parks that are in NBA 2K. So when you think street ball and pickup games, you think Rucker Park. So I'm so glad NBA 2K is doing this, and it's for real in the game too, y'all. I mean, the court design and the board with the tournament details and all that, and the crowd, it looks amazing. At least from the game reveal trailer, at least from my perspective, looking at the game reveal trailer, it looks, so with that being said, guys, if it looks this nice in the trailer, imagine what it's going to look like playing in real time on August, on September 4th, or excuse me, August 26th, when for my folks, they got early access. And of course, August, by the way, as a side note, early access was moved up. NBA 2K27 early, there's the standard release that comes the first week in September, and then there's early access, which happens the week before in late August. Early access for NBA 2K27 was on August 28th, but now it's been moved to August 26th, you guys. So amazing, inspiring stuff. You guys, I personally will be, one of those. I'm not gonna lie, chat, actually. I'm gonna get the game by early access, but I kind of do want to stream, you guys. I'm gonna do a video again, as I did last year, and on my channel for NBA 2K26. I kind of want to do a live reaction of opening up, of loading up 2K and doing all that jazz. And like I did last year, I'm gonna do a video, you guys, or a live stream. It's either gonna be a pre-made video, or it's gonna be a live stream, you guys. But either way, I plan on doing a video of NBA 2K27 the rig. So that brings my point, you guys. Admittedly, I think I actually may wait until 2K Day just for the fun of it. But just to not spoil it, because if I open up the game during early access, you guys, I'm going to be playing it too much. And then by the time I decide to stream, you guys, it's going to be nothing to You know, I want you guys to see my process of going from a 60 to the 90 to upgrade, the 60 to a 75 to the 85 to eventually, the 99 overall. I want to show you guys my process during that first day. So I may not actually get the game, you guys, during early access. I may have to wait and get it for the September 4th release, you guys. Which also just told myself I have not pre-ordered NBA 2K27 yet, you guys. That's why I say, you guys, I may get it on that September 4th, since it's digital, man. I mean, it's by the click of a button, you guys, chat. So yes, as admittedly too, I have not pre-ordered yet, but I am going to pre-order. That's because I haven't decided between the deluxe or the ultra edition, you guys, by the way. And as you guys know, as a side note, NBA 2K27 does come in 3 editions. Victor Wembanyama is on the standard edition. Caitlin Clark is on the deluxe edition, they're calling it this year, not the WNBA edition, but the deluxe edition, and which I love, by the way. And then Derrick Rose is on the ultra, this ultra edition of so Derrick Rose, of course, retired from the NBA last season. Derrick Rose is on the ultra edition. Listen, when you say giving somebody their flowers, their roses, letting them smell their roses, I love that Derrick Rose is on the cover of NBA 2K27. But anyway, you guys, my only critique, though, is that, back to Rucker Park, you guys, though, NBA 2 being in NBA 2K27, my only critique is that Rucker Park is that it's only in Street Kings and the My Career Story. I mean, that's fine by me because I love Street Kings and I play Street Kings, and it should be a central part of the My Career Story. I knew it was going to be a central part of my career when I started hearing whispers that Rucker Park was going to be in the game. But 2K really should have really added it as a permanent park, though, you guys. So yes, back to Rucker Park, you guys, as a side note. I was just talking about other stuff as a side note. But yes, Rucker Park really should be added as a permanent park in NBA 2K27, I feel like, as a seasonal park or a permanent park to play in, for the 3 versus 3. But maybe next year, you guys. But I already have, by the way, you guys, which brings me to my point, I already have my NBA 2K28 wish list, if that makes any sense, you guys. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, mostly good because of the excitement, obviously. I just talked about, you guys, the excitement every time a new 2K rolls around and the excitement of a 2K release. Listen, you guys, this is why I'm doing this video, man, and this is why I'm already at like 30 minutes or something, right? I'm over like half an hour talking about NBA 2K27. But listen, 2K has started something, you guys, with releasing this beautiful basketball game every year, with all these features and doing the the marketing campaign that they do, and Ronnie 2K and Mike Wang, dropping, and of course Mike Wang dropping knowledge and about shot timing every 2K, every 2K season on Twitter. But yes. They've truly outdone themselves with Rucker Park literally being in the game, and I can't wait to see it in Street Kings and My Career in real time. I can't wait to hit up Rucker Park on NBA 2K27, you guys. But all right, you guys, on to my next thing, which means my point, the My Career Story, you guys, my Fire in Concrete. It looks amazing. It looks amazing, you guys. That's such a cool name, by the way, for My Career Story. Fire in Concrete, you guys. It's such a cool name. Cooler, admittedly, than Out of Bounds from NBA 2K26. And that, you guys, and I liked NBA 2K26's My Career Story. You guys know I loved Out of Bounds. Perfection, really. I mean, I hope that means it's better. From the looks of the trailer, by the way, the teaser trailer, it appears to be, by the way. You guys, it features a familiar face. For pop culture and the hip hop community out there, y'all. Mr. Vince Staples, you guys. Vince Staples is a part, the rapper Vince Staples is a part of the My Career, NBA 2K27 My Career Story. He's playing your My Player's cousin. I was going to say friend, but actually technically after reading the courtside report, he's going to be playing your cousin. I was wondering, by the way, looking at that My Career trailer for Fire and Concrete, I was wondering, why does MP's friend, why does the guy look like Vince Staples? I thought it was just me, but now that I know it, because that is Vince Staples. Cool stuff, you guys. So, but I wonder why 2K chose Vince Staples to be in NBA 2K27. Man, I just love that. Does Vince Staples play 2K, by the way? Does he play NBA 2K? I'm sure he does, actually, probably, and that would be a bonus if he does. But I do know, though, actually, chat, that also Vince Staples, one of his songs is on the NBA 2K27 soundtrack, Big Fish, which I love that song, by the way. I also enjoyed the Big Fish Theory, the Vince Staples album, as a side note, and FM. I actually was a fan of FM as a side note. But at any rate, brings my point. Big Fish is actually on the 2K soundtrack, Vince Staples song. So I just love that 2K is giving So I love that, by the way, that Vince Staples is in the My Career Story. You know, 2K is known for having a special guest here or there. It reminds me very much so of, I mean, other My Career Stories as well, but it reminds me of specifically when Michael B. Jordan was in NBA 2K17. I absolutely love that, by the way. So yes, we're having Vince Staples. I love kind of the special guests. And remember, you guys remember NBA 2K22, the rapper, The Game, and J. Cole was on the cover of NBA 2K23. You guys remember, you know, so too. So I don't know about this. This My Career Story is going to be quite interesting. But yes, the trailer doesn't look like it's going to be overdrawn, though. They look like they're sticking to the basketball of it, and Vince Staples is just, yes, making a cameo. But I love that. So anyway, back to my point. I just love the fact that 2K is giving, you know, my player, your creative player, a buddy again, as they always do, you know, with the exception of last year, actually. You guys know for the Out of Bounds, actually, My Career Story had some major players in it, but he didn't have like a buddy. You know, he didn't have like a central character that was his best friend. You know, he didn't have a Vic Van Leer, you know, like NBA 2K16. So actually, excuse me, as a side note too, this Vince Staples character, you guys, is just bringing us back to NBA 2K16 as well. It's reminding me on the celebrity front of the Michael B. Jordan thing in NBA 2K17, but also the character that Spike Lee, Mr. Spike Lee, of course, a great filmmaker, iconic filmmaker, created. Of course, he produced and wrote the My Career Story for NBA 2K16, but it's reminding me of Vic Van Leer, you guys, Cam, which, you guys, so that's why, I mean, listen. So that's why I'm glad that it's back, you guys. You know, it reminds me too of Ricky from NBA 2K22 as well, and to NBA 2K23. It looks fun, you guys. I don't know, man. So that brings my point, though, you guys. It looks fun. The My Career Story looks fun, and I don't know. I don't know if MP's character is going to. Excuse me, I don't know if MP's friend, I don't know if his cousin is going to, Vince Staples' character, excuse me, is going to betray MP somehow or stick with him throughout his NBA career. I don't know, man, throughout his journey. But it looks like it's going to have a twist to it, you guys. I mean, yes, Vince Staples' cameos reminded me of Vic Van Leer. So I feel like it's going to have a twist, you guys. I don't know. But yes, Fire and Concrete, man, it just sounds deep, by the way. It sounds deep and dark. And of course, 2K, if you notice, 2K is going with this kind of red and black, the red and black theme. For NBA 2K27. Of course, red and black means deep and dark. I mean, it has a darker tone to it in NBA 2K27. Also, if you guys notice, that's why I'm wearing, by the way, red and black in my video right now, which, as a side note, the shirt that I have on, you guys, is a Brandon Jennings Milwaukee Bucks jersey, when the Bucks, of course, switched to the red color schemes. So, yes, as a side note, you guys, it's an FYI, this is my favorite shirt. I will never let go of this shirt. I sleep in it. I wear it every day. No, I'm kidding. I don't wear it every day, you guys, obviously, but you know, that's a different story. But anyway, you guys, I love that NBA 2K26, NBA 2K27 has a dark tone to it. I like it. you know, and from the looks of the sneak peek as well, you're going to the G League. You guys, I love the G League. I love that, except except for the fact that I would actually like a college option, just to go back to the classic. You know, I love that when MP chooses a college on NBA 2K. I would love, you know, and of course, like much like Mirror in real life, I actually would enjoy a college option as well, along with the G League, much like they did in NBA 2K22. But which I won't get spoiled though, 2K, I promise. Which I'll explain this on a podcast, my 2K podcast, my NBA 2K appreciation podcast that I'm going to do in addition to this video, by the way, when 2K comes out on 2K Day. But anyway, you guys, I will enjoy the college option as well. I just would love for MP to go, which they removed it from NBA 2K26. The college option, and they didn't have G League either. You know, of course, for NBA 2K26 Out of Bounds, you guys, there was the option you chose to go overseas. You had to go overseas. You know, MP was choosing between France or Spain. And not to spoil it for you folks, but obviously you guys know now where, you know, 2K27 is here. So if you haven't played the NBA 2K26 Out of Bounds My Career Story yet, you truly missed out, man. It's a really great video game and a great story. Which brings to my point as a side note, the My Career Story in NBA 2K's My Career Story is actually great for kind of back play. If you go back and play it back, you know, if you missed any of the older 2Ks, especially the My Career Story, I love going back and playing old My Careers on NBA 2K. I love that. It's just an amazing experience. But anyway, you guys, to bring my point, I'm a My Career girl on NBA 2K, you guys. Yes, I'm a My Career person, man. You know, when I load up 2K, I like to jump into the My Career Story. I look forward to the My Career Story and seeing what MP looks like, you know, more than anything when 2K is doing their game reveals. You know, this year was no different. You know, I can't wait to play, man, and you know, I can't wait to play. And also Chris Manning, LD2K, by the way, Chris Manning from NBA 2K, you know, one of the hosts of NBA 2K TV, he said during the game reveal stream that this year's story is actually going to be twice the length as NBA 2K26's My Career Story, which you know took me, by the way, in total. The My Career Story from NBA 2K26 took me in total about 6 hours to complete. 2.5 hours for the main cutscenes, for the cutscenes in the base story, and then 3 hours worth of then another 2.5 hours to 3 hours worth of the actual games. And that's for me, Chad, if you set your quarters a certain length. But at any rate, so yes, NBA 2K27 Fire and Concrete is looking like 10 hours then, with that being said, if it's twice as long as the other one, 10 plus hours. And I hope it is. I hope it's like a 15-hour thing. I hope it's like Grand Theft Auto 5. I hope it takes me 48 hours. Chad, to complete that. I hope it does. I hope it takes 72 to 90 hours, to complete the Fire and Concrete My Career Story. But for here it goes though, Chad, on some technical stuff. For streaming purposes, the base story shouldn't be as long. Even though obviously for you cool kids out there, you can do, for you smart folks, you can obviously break your My Career Story down in parts. You obviously don't have to stream the entire story in one video. But with that being said though, but I like a longer cinematic feature. In terms of, story modes on video games, period. But especially the NBA 2K My Career Story. I mean, that's the point in My Career, in the My Career Story mode, especially the way that 2K does it. They can use they can tie My Career into so many aspects of the game, park and your build. It's all just an immersive, interactive experience. I'm going to be so immersed in My Career this year, by the way. I mean, again, Fire and Concrete, it just sounds so deep and dark. And the trailer looks amazing. With MP, the creative character, by the way, the made up character, the guy that they got this year, he has a short wingspan, by the way. I mean, at least on camera, the MP character, whoever made that build for the teaser trailer, by the way, the side note, he looks like he has a short wingspan, man. So I don't know if 2K is saying anything about what type of builds that we should make this year with the My Career teaser or anything like that. But anyway, listen, I just cannot wait, man. They should have shown us the My Career trailer, man. You guys, they should have shown us this in the game reveal trailer at all. They should have left My Career out of it. Like, you guys, I mean, I feel like really 2K should have just announced that they should have just announced that My Career would be in it, and just gave us a basic, boring story on purpose. You know what I mean? And the trailer shouldn't have been as dynamic either as it is. I mean, because this is all too much, you guys. I mean, it's really all too much. Fire and Concrete looks amazing. I'm too excited for this story. But at any rate, you guys, now another special thing. That's enough of me harping on My Career, cool kids. I'm already, an hour into this video, and let me get down to some other business here. Now another special thing is coming to My Career. Co-op My Career, cool kids. In case you guys missed it, yes, in case you folks missed it out there, NBA 2K announced a co-op My Career. Now you can now play My Career with a friend. Your friends online, or your squad or your crew, now that it's called, you guys can join in on your My Career Story, and that's actually and there's actually a character. See, there's actually a character named Trace for the My Career teammate that you have. There's a character named Trace that's going to play your teammate, and your friends online are going to can now hop in as Trace. And play along, so you can play alongside a teammate in your My Career journey, you guys, and your actual online friends can hop in. So this is now, you guys, this co-op My Career, if you like it, I love it type of thing. I mean, I heard folks calling for this, and I'm not gonna lie, I was at first one of those. I was saying, why would anybody want to do that? What is a co-op My Career? I know what co-op means, but I personally don't see, I didn't see at first how someone could be joining in on your My Career story, because, when you control the player. I know, chat, you guys, I know way too much about NBA 2K. But yes, but you know how My Career works, where you control MP, you control your character. So what does it mean co-op? But obviously it being 2K, NBA 2K has found a way to do a co-op My Career. They've given you a teammate in My Career. Now this is what reminds me of NBA 2K17, Michael B. Jordan, you guys. OJ, you guys, remember Orange Juice, man. Peanut butter and jelly type of deal, man. PB&J. Some for my real life NBA fans, like you're mirroring real life, the great Michael Jordan and Pippen, Mr. Scottie Pippen, or in more recent times, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You guys, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is what this My Career story reminds me of with this character Trace. But with that being said, you guys, So at first I was just kind of skeptical because I didn't know how it would be possible for, your players to join online, but 2K has fixed that problem. Now my second thing though, you guys, with the co-op, my career, and this is just me on a personal note, I personally just don't want my friends messing up my career story, like my online buddies. I don't want, anyone hopping on my career story. Like that prelude is important to draft stock, and there are certain quests and objectives, you guys know, in the my career story leading up to the NBA draft that really does decide, and especially this year, they say that, they're not giving you a fixed draft position. The prelude story and how you play in the games is going to affect your drafting. You either can, work your way all the way up to number one draft pick, and I hope everyone does that, by the way, or you can end up a second rounder, which, you're still in the NBA, obviously. You can be that, obviously, surprise second round pick, that second round star, like the great Manu Ginobili, by the way. You guys know Manu Ginobili was drafted second overall in the NBA draft when he was drafted, and and we see how he turned out, a really, obviously, dynamic player, NBA legend. But at any rate, but anyway, you guys, that brings my point back to co-op my career. I just feel like, playing with friends and online friends, like what if your friend starts joking around, or you two start, goofing off and messing up the seriousness of it? I mean, I just don't want that to happen. My career is something personally that I like to play alone. I just like to enjoy the story of it. I like to enjoy the story of it for myself. But I do enjoy though but again, this is, and I leave online for, for the park and all the other game modes and crews and all that stuff. And all that matchmaking stuff. So I leave that for online. I personally want to play my career and just enjoy the story. But hey, everything is co-op though on NBA 2K. Everything is co-op now and co-ed. Everything, because of Park and the online feature. Everything on 2K you basically do together, and play with or against others. So I love that you can make, so I love that aspect of this co-op. Now, what I really do love also though, you guys, I love that you can make, this is what I was going to say, I love that you can make a build for Trace. That too about this co-op my career story and the teammate Trace. You choose from a selection of 9 NBA players, NBA player template, build template. So you can make Trace up, you can make his build, you can make him play how you want him to play. Which I love that, by the way. You can choose from a list of 9 NBA player build templates. I believe it's Giannis, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, and I'm missing 4 others, you guys. I honestly, goodness, I don't mean leave anyone out, but I'm missing 4 other players. But I believe it's did I say Anthony Edwards? I said Giannis, Nikola, KD, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard. I'm missing like 2 more, you guys, but yes, there's a list of excuse me, let me see here the gameplay. But yes, there's 9. I can't think right now, you guys. I have to get back to the courtside report. But anyway, you guys, there are 9 NBA build templates that you can choose from for Trace's build at any rate. Now that's amazing, you guys. That brings me to the next thing, and it is a big thing, by the way. So I love those 9 selection, you guys, of the NBA player templates. Like I said, for me personally, I will be playing my career solo. I'll probably be running solo, but who knows? At some point, I'll probably let my, but as a side, that brings my side note, chat, actually, if you don't want to do the co-op my career thing, it's optional, obviously. If you don't want to do co-op, I believe that Trace, he becomes an AI player. So that brings me to what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to choose the co-op. I'm probably going to play the co-op my career story. I don't know if it's 2 separate stories, like, the main base fire and concrete, then the co-op option. But I'm probably going to do the co-op thing and leave him an AI player just for the Jordan Pippen connection, Magic and Bird, as they said in the trailer, just for the teammate cutscene. I do want that cutscene that they showed in the trailer, so I'm probably going to do co-op and leave Trace as an AI, and I'm still going to choose a NBA player build for him and all that. Which, as a side note, chat, I believe I'm going with either Kawhi or Donovan Mitchell for my teammate template as a side note. But, if I choose Giannis, man, he's going to outdo me. Or Luka also, chat, I believe I'm missing Luka from that list of 9 NBA players. So, yes, if it's Luka or Giannis, he's going to outdo me. So I have to, I'm going to choose, I feel like that's a 2 guard, man. I'm choosing either Kawhi Leonard, or we're going to up the stakes and go Donovan Mitchell a little bit. On the NBA player templates. But anyway, chat, that brings me to something, you guys. The co-op my career brings me to something. It's a big thing. We're going to have a co-ed city, a co-ed city, you guys. Are you guys ready for this? This is the big thing with NBA 2K27, you guys. Are you guys ready? There will be female my players in the park on NBA 2K27. I love this. And obviously, as you guys can tell, I am a woman, putting on for the ladies, for the Lady Hoopers, for the W, man. I'm putting on for the W, for the Lady Hoopers in sports and all that, for women in sports. So I love this, obviously, you guys, as a woman who works in sports, one, because because it's accurate in terms of showing love to the WNBA, in terms of showing love to the W and Lady Hoopers, but two, because this is, just fully interactive, and 2K is really showing that they care. By enabling us to make women characters. They have, I just love that. They have the W mode for that already. You can already create a female My Player, but they weren't allowed to roam the city. It never before was it a co-ed city. It's always been separate. Now you can create a female My Player on NBA 2K27, the same as a male character, and make a female build with no restrictions. And you can take her to the park is the big thing, you guys. That's the big thing with this, you guys. Yeah, so there will be female My Players in the park on NBA 2K27. My only thing with this, so y'all, I know you guys, but my only thing with this is I do have one concern, is that it's the fact that people may take advantage of the freedom here. I feel there should be some limitations to this female My Player thing. I feel like NBA 2K should have test ran this first. Mike Wang, the gameplay developer, the other devs, they should have test ran this first. I feel like in the trailer, for example, they show a female My Player doing an East Bay 360 dunk. I don't know, chat. I do know. Shout out to the great Lisa Leslie, man, who dunked for the first time in the WNBA. But realistically, dunking is not in the W. You still have to honor the realism of women's basketball. You know what I mean? Shaquille O'Neal, by the way, great Shaq, man, Shaq Diesel. Shaquille O'Neal just had a conversation on a podcast. It was Norega's Drink Champs, where he said that they should, if you guys know that clip of Shaq talking about the WNBA, he said that they should lower the rim, so that dunking should be allowed in the WNBA. Why lower the rim, if you know what I mean, in order to dunk, if it's supposed to be in it? So that proves, because if they have to lower the rim, that just proves to me that dunking is limited in the W, and it's fine. It's fine if they can't or don't. That's the beauty in women's basketball. The limitations also. Not in terms of skill. The ladies in the W can ball. They're professional athletes. Very much so, like the Williams sisters in tennis. They can play. But I also, and I love. But here's the thing. I love 2K for the inclusion. But on the video game side also too. I don't want folks getting out of hand and equipping dunk packages and doing East Bay 360s. And posterizing folks in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Or that and doing stuff that you would never see. Or other moves that you would never see someone realistically doing. You see basketball players, male, of course, doing it all the time, the slam dunk contest. But hey, does the W have a slam dunk contest? There's a reason why. You guys know that WNBA All-Star Weekend just happened in Chicago, last month. So there wasn't a dunk contest. See, this because the ladies, they don't dunk. I'm not saying they can't. Don't get me wrong. We just saw a dunk actually in game during the NBA All-Star game. But what I'm saying on a regular basis, though, Chad, I'm saying, man, you just won't see a lady, man, doing that 360 East Bay dunk out of nowhere. And don't get me wrong, you guys. Also, on a personal note, I personally just want the challenge of being able to do dribble moves and break, an opponent's ankles, to get to the rim, either for a pull-up jumper or to do a tricky, mastery, beautiful layup, with my female My Player. Like, you know what I mean? If you guys know how 2K Park works, I want to be able to break a person's ankles. I don't want to get to the rim and just start doing animated, unrealistic things in terms of the other gameplay aspects as well. You know what I mean? I don't want to be dribbling all over the place and just, getting to the rim and doing just amazing stuff for no reason at all. I want to do amazing stuff, but I want it to be realistic, Chad. Give her some flair. Like, I would rather for the female My Players, I would rather her do a layup than a dunk, to be honest. It looks fun, but I want to be realistic. So that's the thing, Chad, as a side note. I'm not thinking, in the video game front as well, it looks good and it looks fun. It looks fun to do it. And I can't wait to I'm not critiquing anything, you guys. I'm not criticizing it. I just want the realism of it as well. I want to make, I'd rather have my female My Player, not trying to compete with the males per se and posterizing, a Shaq level build as a woman. I want to just go to the rim and finger roll it up. I would rather get a quick, easy layup. But with that being said, though, What I like though, you guys, is I like the idea of, anyway, back to the point too. I'm not criticizing anything, you guys. I like the idea. I love the idea of female my players and them being able to roam the city and buy gear for your my player. I just absolutely love that. I love the idea of the female my players roaming the city and that co-ed aspect of it. But here's the thing though, again, you guys, back to the gameplay side, I just feel like too, I feel like 2K should have given a separate park for the female my players. You guys, I just said there is a W mode where you create female my players already. You can already create women on NBA 2K. Obviously, the WNBA is in NBA 2K. And you can play 3 versus 3 games online. It's just not a fully immersive experience like the male My Career Story, the main base My Career Story, or the main park, the main city. So it's not as, it's not as fully equipped. You literally get match made into a game, but you don't see a park, you don't see a full city. So the W mode I feel like it just needs rebranding and give, my players their own, female my players their own city / park. And their own My Career Story, with cutscenes and all that. I would love to see that done. And let them run against each other, you know what I mean? And let the female my players run against each other. And then the option to do co-ed, should be in it. I just feel like, again, the only thing that needs to be co-ed right now, right away, is the city in terms of, walking around and being able to gain rewards and the clothing stores. I do feel like that female my players should be able to go to Swags and get the clothing items. I love that aspect. I just think that the female my players should run with the female my players first, like in their own park, just for the kind of the control of it as well. I feel like the W should represent. So 2K actually just should have rebranded the W mode, I feel like, as a side note. But as a side note too, again, I just feel like that 2K2 should have just, and then they go full co-ed. So I feel like that 2K should have, test ran this first. As a side note, I just feel like they should have did a test run at first, instead of just, going full into it. Because my problem too, again, you guys, is the freedom. Too much freedom. I don't want, with the male players, I don't want the male players to be funny. I mean? I don't want none of that funny stuff going on with this W. But that brings my point. I guess that's an America problem and not a 2K problem, by the way. So I'm going to love it, you guys. I love, obviously, I'm not judging, I'm not criticizing at all. I love that female my players obviously are in for putting on for the W, putting on for the women in sports. I love that we're going to be able to have co-ed. And for me, again, on the gameplay front, I'm going to love dressing up my female my player, man. I can't wait to create my female baller, man. I'm going to scan my face and all that. Which, as a side note, though, you guys, this means, by the way, with female my players, this means that I can now scan my face. You guys know, as a woman playing 2K, that has always been my dream. I cannot scan my face with my male my player. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, I guess, but it would look like me, and I'm not obviously a man. But you guys, with that being said, yes, in the introduction, that too, of female my players, that means I can now scan my face, chat. I can scan my face on NBA, which I actually do already with the W mode, by the way, when I'm creating my female baller, you guys. I scan my face on NBA 2K23's W mode. But again, you guys, NBA 2K27 is going to have female my players actually playing in the park with the male my players. That actually is great, chat. Again, I feel like 2K should have test ran it, but it's going to be fun. And again, I can't wait to scan my face. I can't wait to also swag her out with some gear, man, and most importantly, ball out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun 2K in the park, definitely, for sure, with just the all-inclusiveness and being able to make the female my players, which, again, you guys, I'll actually get more into this on my podcast, by the way, the female my players in the park on NBA 2K27. Now, just onto some miscellaneous fun stuff, and this is a gameplay note. There will be 5 different courts for the rec center this year. 2K said that they were going to revamp, and the 2K Mart, actually, I saw that they're going to have makeovers, it looks like, for the game modes. The city looks the same, you guys, as 2K26, the buildings, but when you go inside the buildings, all the major buildings have redesigns, and especially the rec center. The rec center, you guys, is getting a redesign, and the redesign is a big one. The rec is going to have 5 rotating courts. You get mad, how you play rec for my cool kids out there. When you load into the rec center, you're going to get match made into a game, and then you're going to get match made into a different scenery each game. I mean, who knows? You may get the same one too, like back to back sometimes. But yes, you guys, there's going to be 5 different courts for the rec center. One is an inside gym. The regular inside gym with the seasonal jerseys, like what we have now. One is a crowded arena, which it looks like to be, it's probably going to be the Golden State Warriors arena or something, or Five Star Forum in Milwaukee. Look like it's going to be a crowded, like, NBA stadium type arena. One is a high school gym, and also one is a private court. And last but not least, one is outdoors. Now, I absolutely love this, you guys. I love the different options, obviously, for the rec. I love the outdoors one, especially. I mean, especially if it's going to be nighttime out. I mean, man, listen, that outdoors court in the rec, you guys, yes, by the looks of the trailer as well, it looked so good in the trailer. And yes, you're going to be outdoors, and it looked like it was, actually, in the trailer, it looked like it was actually daytime out. But if it's going to be nighttime out, man, during the rec outdoors court, listen, 2K, hats off to you. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to leave this gaming chair, honest to goodness. But also, as a side note, you guys, also the private gym, actually, too. I love the private gym as well for the rec. It just looks so cool, man. I don't want to hear nothing but the sound of basketball. I feel like, so yes, the outdoor court and the private gym are two of my favorites out of these 5 new rec courts for the rec center. Now, with that being said, you guys, rec is my favorite mode to play on NBA 2K. I am a rec player, you guys. I love rec. And what I love about rec is that I just love the option of playing 5 versus 5 and not having to be in Play Now or Play Now Online and playing with NBA players and playing my career. I love turning, like it looks like an NBA game, the basic traditional 5 versus 5 out, but you're playing with, instead of playing with the traditional NBA ballers, NBA professional athletes, you're playing with your online friends. And I just love that, you're playing with folks online. Now it's just a refresher to the basics, you know what I mean? After 2K has drifted and done the street ball thing, and gave us the freestyling of the 3 versus 3 part. And I love going back to the basics of traditional 5 versus 5. And rec is so fun late at night with randoms, man. Like, rec is so fun. I mean, it's so interesting. I mean, it can be stressful as well. So listen, you guys, it's literally like being in an open run and the casuals, start coming into the court. When you go to the gym to work out, man, they have a basketball court and you run that 5-man out. You run a 5 versus 5 with some randoms, man. So this is the new look designed to rec that 2K was talking about, that they were talking about. So 5 different court styles. Love it. And of course, each court obviously carries its own culture and personality, and I love that. Now the other thing, you guys, the other I don't want to call it miscellaneous, but the other big thing, my other thing, along with the 5 rec courts, my other favorite gameplay announcement, my other favorite major development was the introduction of the outdoor theater. You guys know the theater was introduced in NBA 2K23, and we've had it in every 2K since. And the theater is back in NBA 2K27, which I love, by the way. I love the fact that theater is back. And the redesign to it is that it's now going to be outdoors. You guys heard me right. There's going to be a new design to the theater, and it's outdoors, and it's also, get this, chat, nighttime. You guys, yes, it's going to be nighttime. The theater is going to be nighttime. I just love this. This was also the part of the trailer where they kept, and I love the way it looked in the trailer, by the way, you guys, the theater. The theater looks so amazing. That nighttime, being outside in nighttime, that looks so amazing in the trailer. And this is also the part of the trailer, you guys, yes, where they showed, where they kept showing the My Player in that Chicago Bulls track jacket. You guys, that was the best part of the game reveal, and in all of the gameplay trailers and all the content that they showed during the game reveal. It was the My Player, that Chicago Bulls track jacket when they were talking about the outdoor theater. I can't wait to get that, by the way, that Bulls track jacket in the stores on that first day of 2K, which, you guys, just lets me know, yes, the clothing options on NBA 2K27 is probably going to be amazing. I can't wait to swag out my baller, especially in that Bulls track jacket. Anyway, you guys, I love it, man. I love it. Now my question for a theater, though, on the technical front, let me stop talking about the Chicago Bulls track jacket. My question for a theater is, are there still going to be the 4 different, like rotating events, happening every Friday, and are all of them, or will all of them be played outside? When we go inside of the theater, how will it look, though, the lobby area, before we get made into the game? You know what I mean? I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. So will those be played outside all the events, or is it just the traditional 3 versus 3 no squads? I mean, I hope it's all of the rules and all of the events that they do in theater, and all the stipulations, the 1 versus 1 that they do, the 2s court, the 2 versus 2, with 2K15 rules, first to 15 and score by 1s and 2s, the 4 versus 4, with the 4-point line. Listen, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the theater and rec, as I do already anyway on NBA 2K, but especially with these new features, man. And there's a lot more features, you guys. There are a lot more features. One feature actually on the technical front is NBA 2K HQ. Now, this is huge, you guys. A major announcement that 2K made during the game reveal. The introduction of something called NBA 2K HQ. It's a mobile app where you basically can now make builds on the go, on a mobile app. Listen, you guys, this is what I meant at the beginning of my video, you guys. I'm going to need intervention, you guys, for NBA 2K27. I'm going to need help, you guys. I don't know what I'm going to, this is not going to be healthy for me, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, yes, this NBA 2K HQ is not going to be healthy, at all. It's not gonna be good for me, you guys. When I step away from my console, you guys, I call myself taking a break. You know what I mean? I love the fact that everything is on the console, on the PS5 or the Xbox Series S, because when I cut that off, that's when I call myself taking a break. But now with this app, with NBA 2K HQ, I'm never going to get away from 2K, you guys. I'm never going to get away from 2K. You know, I already have the PS app and remote play, but now 2K is having us, is allowing us to make builds on our phones. I mean, of course, now this is a major development again on the technical front, you guys. We live, obviously, it's 2026. And they're going to be 2027 soon. I mean, we live in a very technically, obviously, advanced and tech-savvy world. Obviously, everything is on our phone. So on the technical front, NBA 2K HQ is obviously a given. I mean, it's a really great development, that 2K. But the thing is, though, you guys, it's the making builds. It's not just like the PS app or remote play. You know what I mean? It's not just for you to, you check and see if your friends are online or message someone. You can literally make builds on this NBA HQ thing. I am going to love NBA 2K HQ. For those who pre-ordered the game, actually, that's my question. I have to have bought the game already, chat. Maybe I should answer. I believe I'm asking a silly question, but I feel like, anyway, for those who have pre-ordered, or I don't know if you have not, and I believe you have to have pre-ordered the game already, though, you guys, by the way. You have to have already bought the game, which, you know, again, I'm still going to download the app, though, and sit there and stare at it, you know what I mean, and watch others, you know, upload videos. Which, as a side note, I believe tomorrow, YouTubers, yes, you guys, I keep up with this stuff, content creators and YouTubers who were at Game Reveal. Game Reveal was also Community Day, NBA 2K's beautiful Community Day that they do. They are allowed to post, they are allowed to post builders and the builds tomorrow. And they, like, just like today, they were allowed to post, folks were allowed to post gameplay footage. So I've been looking at that today, by the way, guys, and I'm excited for that, because the builder is really, really important. So at any rate, you guys, I just love that, you know, listen, somebody please, though, you guys, listen, don't even buy me NBA 2K27. I promise, I can't take it, man. I'm not going to get the game, you guys. I spend enough time when I'm not on 2K, you know, making builds and watching YouTube videos, you know, and in Discord chats, watching others make builds. You know, when I'm not on 2K myself making builds, I'm looking at builds, I'm watching others make builds to help me. You know what I mean? So, all right, you guys. So, yes, it's NBA 2K HQ, you guys, on a serious note, too, it's all right, seriously, you know, NBA 2K HQ is convenience more than anything. I mean, it gives folks the option to interact, you know, like the PS app, and knowing when folks are online. Like, for me, it's being able to make a build right away. Also, when I think of something cool, instead of, you know, waiting to get home to my console and then forgetting, you know what I mean? That's what NBA 2K HQ is for me as well, chat. When, you know, sometimes I'm out, I could be at the grocery store, you guys, I could be anywhere. And sometimes, yes, I am sitting somewhere thinking about making a build on NBA 2K. In the middle of the grocery store, and I'm thinking of a cool thing, you know, some attribute that I wanted to, you know, some cat burger that I want to put on a build. But then I forget what it is, you know what I mean? By the time I make it home and turn on my PlayStation, turn on the PS5, y'all, I'm like, damn, what was that build about? What was that? Excuse my language, you guys, but yes, but what was that build? What did I want to make? So that is what NBA 2K HQ is going to be, man. It's kind of like being a writer and having writer's block. You know, when I think of something I was going to write down and I don't have my notepad with me, you know, that writer's block is the worst. It's like the writer's life, man. But yes, the life of a journalist, a writer. So yes, NBA 2K HQ, you guys, is amazing. NBA 2K HQ is for the obsessed fan, to be honest, like me. It is for NBA 2K players and video gamers like myself. You know, so yes, you guys, NBA 2K HQ, by the way, just also proves there's just so much going on with NBA 2K27. Like, honestly, we all saw the game. And the game reveal. This video is just me talking about my love for NBA 2K and showing my appreciation and hopefully clarifying some things too, specifically about NBA 2K27, you know, for myself and others, since we just saw the game reveal on Tuesday afternoon. So yes, you guys. So that brings me to my point, you guys. And that brings my point. NBA 2K27 looks like a spectacular video game, all in all. I mean, for you know, So for like, ignore what I said earlier, about the boring trailer and simplicity earlier. You can't go wrong with all of these features. You know what I mean? There's no way you can go wrong with all these features. All in all, this 2K looks solid, you guys. It looks good. I mean, Chad, it really does. We're over analyzing. We're over analyzing it if we don't like this one, you guys. We're over analyzing things if we don't like NBA 2K27. 2K does a lot, and it's really hard work to put on to put out a game like this, consistently every year. Mike Wang is, yes, so brilliant, and so are the other developers, so are the other devs. Listen, unless ironically it ends up being too much, like a too much thing, and all of this is for no reason type of thing. Like that's what I meant earlier by some concerns with gameplay and graphics. Like just when I first saw the trailer, what if 2K is giving us Rucker Park and you step on the court and the gameplay sucks and bump steals are happening all over the place and it just doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel good on the sticks. You know what I mean? Like that should, but here's the thing though, Chad, that shouldn't happen with a game like 2K. That's too advanced in terms of controls, and how, with controls and all the animations and, but I could see where if that does happen, Chad, now I could see where the 2K complainers, the 2K community, not 2K complainers, 2K community, is coming from. Then, but hey, back to the point. Maybe I'm nitpicking actually too. You know what I mean? This 2K looks perfect actually, you guys. It looks solid. It's a good mix between, the major and then the major developments. Rucker Park, the co-op and co-ed, my career and city. It just, it's just a lot. It's such really, really good things too. But it's a great mix as well, chat. On the gameplay front, again, the gameplay looks so technical and it looks so going back to the basics. I feel like this 2K is going to be one of those 2Ks that we're going to, when we load up, you guys know while we're waiting for the game to download 12 hours, we're going to sit there and we're going to have to play Learn 2K. We're going to have to go into Learn 2K and do those tutorials for Learn 2K. I love that, you guys. I feel like, yes, I'm going to have to play Learn 2K for this 2K, man. And that's either, man, listen, that's good. But here's the thing, you guys. So back to the point. At the end of the day, 2K is doing enough also on the player likeness this year and NBA accuracy and the ratings, and certainly on the aesthetics, with the park and the city designs and the builder and the badges, the badge tokens, and a lot more. This is why 2K continues to stay in business and ahead of the game and making this game every year. No matter the complainers, we've never seen a game like this ever. We've never seen major developments. We've never seen a live stream such as what 2K did on Tuesday for a video game. We've never seen such a thing. We've never seen a video game rollout such as when NBA 2K and when Ronnie 2K starts, campaigning for NBA for the next NBA 2K. We've never seen an NBA 2K like it. So, and that brings me to a point, by the way, you guys. So I feel like, yes, you guys, we're just being overwhelmed and we're the problem and we're spoiled, Video gamers are spoiled, guys. But anyway, back to my point, you guys. That brings me to a point. I feel like this 2K is not one, NBA 2K27 is not going to be one for streaming. It's not going to be one just simply for the streaming of it. But it's going to be one to just play and enjoy. You know what I mean? It's going to be one where, heck, even if you've got to cut on your iPhone and record yourself playing, if you've got to stream, you're just going to be so immersed in the video game. You're going to be so just amazed by it that you're not even going to stream. Which, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's good in terms of the game, the look of it. It's obviously great for stream. But I mean, it's just one of those 2Ks, chat, that I feel like, yes, let's all cut off our computers. Let's not focus so much on over analyzing badges, heck, and explaining builders and all that. And I mean, explaining builder system, especially a sophisticated game like 2K, is really helpful. But I mean, it's going to be one of those, chat, yes, let's not be a content creator. Let's not stream. Let's just sit back and play the video game and enjoy it. Don't overthink it, you guys. This 2K looks amazing. So yes, this 2K is not for one, to be honest, for the streamers, you guys. It's not for the complainers. It's not for the over analytical folks. This 2K looks amazing. This is a 2K we're going to look back on years past, I feel like, and give it a nod of approval. Which, it's just going to be one of those 2Ks, chat, like NBA 2K, 16, NBA 2K17. We're going to look back on it and just, it's going to be thumbs up, you guys. It's going to be a thumbs up. You guys, it's going to be a thumbs up. So with that being said, you guys, I mean, here's the thing though, sure, there's always things that you can change. I personally, here's the thing, here's some critique. I personally wanted different game modes, like I don't play starting five. You know what I mean? It reminds me too much of my career in Play Now. I just don't see the point in Stardew Valley, and I play a lot of Rec as well. You know, Proving Grounds is an alternative game mode as well, but Proving Grounds as well is just not anything groundbreaking and different. Proving Grounds, I can go to the theater for Proving Grounds, to be honest. You know, I also just personally don't like Ante Up, or at least the way that it's set up now. You know, I'm just not, you know, I just would change Ante Up, you guys, a bit. And don't get me wrong, for all my stage lovers, don't you ignore this part. I just personally am not, you know, just the way that that is set up now. You know, and I'll explain that later, you know, on my 2K podcast episode, you guys. Well, actually, this year, even Ante Up got a change, though, you guys. Actually, I forgot, you guys. Ante Up is actually, it's going to be on some nighttime rooftop. The Ante Up system, you guys. Ante Up is going to be on it is getting a redesign. The design of it is going to be on, it's going to be set in the nighttime, and it's on a rooftop. Now that actually may get me to play this year, you guys. I'll actually be playing Ante Up. There's more Ante Up this year, looking at the redesign. But again, you guys, lose VC or not. But again, you guys, listen. I just personally, I love Ante Up if you play it the right way. I've just had some bad experiences with Ante Up. You know, there's plenty wrong with the system of wagering for VC to me, and how folks, you know, how folks play online with it. How folks, of course, the online, the online community, and how folks do Ante Up when you're wagering for VC. I just, listen. It worked for some folks. That's why I say I love Stage. I love the competition of it, but it's just the wager for VC. And in my experiences with Ante Up, I just would change the system a little bit around. But the redesign this year, though, definitely it's probably going to get me to play more. Anyway, you guys, I wanted a larger city actually. My next thing, you guys, my only thing too, I wanted a larger city. The city of NBA 2K27 looks exactly like NBA 2K26, but with a nighttime change now. You know, from the trailer, it also looks like it was daylight and nighttime out. So I believe we're going to get both, you know, like the older 2Ks, you know, when it's not a standard set time. When you log on in the morning between like 10 and 4 or 5 p.m., it's going to be, you know, daylight out. But anything past like 5:30 p.m., it's going to have a nighttime change. I believe that's what's going to happen with NBA 2K27. Or it would be cool if it was all nighttime. But I actually believe it should be both, actually, you guys, to be realistic. You know, what if I am playing 2K, you know, during the morning time? You know what I mean? That nighttime, logging on with that nighttime feel is just going to throw me off if it's nighttime out. You know what I mean? Just like when I'm playing at night. Heck, for 2K26, for example, I actually wish we had like the nighttime feature on NBA 2K26. You know, some days when I was playing 2K26, you know, during you know, the after hours, y'all, for the grown folks, I was playing late at night. I wanted the park to look like, why isn't it dark outside? Why is it daytime? So yes, 2K has added the nighttime to NBA 2K27, which I love. But here's the critique though, Chad. The city itself with the buildings, it looks exactly like, it looks like the bubble. It looks like the NBA 2K26 city. Which we love, by the way. The NBA 2K26 city was amazing. You know, like I said, the nighttime. So the nighttime thing worked. And 2K had to, you know. But so here's the thing, you guys, with the thing, the nighttime aspect does give it a difference. But that brings my point. Yes, they could have also given us a different city, though, you guys. I did want a different looking city. Just because it's a new video game. But don't get me wrong, I get it though. You know what I mean? I get it. You know, the NBA 2K26 city worked, and 2K had to focus on all the other major developments. You know what I mean? They had to focus on the seasonal parks. You know, we are getting, you know, different parks again this season. And you know, I mean, change is good also. You know, it's just amazing. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I love the seasonal change of the parks. But again, too, Chad, again, I was going to say change is good though too. You know what I mean? I feel like I like the, you know, it's a new game. I like the compact and convenience, the compactness and the convenience and the focus on basketball, but I actually wouldn't mind like to travel around a bit, the city. That's the only reason why I want like a larger city. You know what I mean? You know, because a small city like the one that we had in NBA 2K26 and the one in NBA 2K27, it limits the travel options, you know, that 2K gives us as seasonal rewards. Like what if I want to ride my skateboard or a bike, you know, around the city? You know, with the way that the city looks now, it's entirely too small to ride, you know, to equip the skateboard even. I mean, you can equip it, you can use it, but you're literally going around in a circle. You know, there's nowhere to ride it, to be honest. You know, so I mean, I'm not saying you literally have to make a literal city, you know, like when they first introduced the city in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Not that large of a city, not NBA 2K22 size city, but now it's too small and just a circle. You know, folks were calling for a smaller city, you know, that back to just the park kind of neighborhood compaction, but now it's too small. I don't want the circle either though, you guys. So that's my only critique, admittedly, you guys, honestly. I really want a redesign to the even though I loved NBA 2K26, you guys, I love the city. It does. It looks good as a like a test, like the first time we got it. But now that they're running it back for 2K27, I was expecting, especially with Rucker Park being in the game and all that, I was expecting like a different city. But I'm not, harping on the chat again. The nighttime feature definitely does give it its difference, you guys. So I just want to, but again, I just want to explore a bit. That's what I didn't like about NBA 2K26. I couldn't, but here's the thing though, you guys, again, I just couldn't equip my skateboard in the park. That's what I didn't like about NBA 2K26, you guys. I couldn't equip my skateboard in the park. Around the actual court area, when you went inside of the portal there, inside to the actual courts, I hated that I couldn't ride my skateboard around that area. You can only equip the skateboard and other travel options as well, like the BMX bike, your bicycle, man. And 2K tried to give us low riders and the low rider and the cars and all that. And your that 8-track, that truck, you could not ride around the actual courts. You could only ride around in the city area. So that's what I couldn't, that's what I didn't like, you guys. You could in the city part, but the space where there was actual basketball in the park area, you couldn't equip your rides, man. It was very limited. The skateboard as well. You used to be able to do that. So you guys, I love that. You used to be able to sit there on your, on your bike or your lowrider by the courts, whatever travel options, the pogo stick that 2K gave you, the scooter. You used to be able to ride the scooter around the actual court area. So that's why, I want that, you guys. I still want the, the fun and full interactiveness of it while also focusing on basketball, you guys, so I wanted that type of city, so just so I can equip my skateboard, y'all, around the courts. You know what I mean? But even though I love the way that the bubble looks with the portal, it looks good, the city, it does. But I just want to, for the sake of the travel options, when 2K gives us travel options in the season rewards, I want to be able to ride my skateboard around the courts. And sit on my lowrider, sit there on my chain bike with the chains, and the bicycle. I want to be able to chill out by the courts when I'm not, when I'm waiting for a game to get started. I want we play online with others. I want the interactiveness of it. You know what I mean? But anyway, you guys, also I wanted more emphasis during the game review, you guys. I wanted more emphasis on the unique build names and archetypes in NBA 2K27. You guys know a producer for NBA 2K, Zach Timmerman, a 2K dev who handles the builder. He always asks and interacts with fans and stuff and the video gamers about the builder system on Twitter. There wasn't much during the game reveal on that. And during gameplay preview clips of park intros, I was seeing similar build names as from NBA 2K26. You know what I mean? It's like I was seeing similar build names as last year, like Post Up Glass Guardian and Two-Way Slashing ISO Sniper. I mean, those are fire build names, but those are great build names. But you want consistency, so I get it. But I wanted more about that, to get a sneak preview of the builds and build names. You know what I mean? I didn't see anything spectacularly like standing out in the game reveal, especially considering it was NBA 2K Community Day, where the creators are brought out to test the game and make builds. The builder system is a really huge part of the game reveal and Community Day. But that brings me to something though, you guys. I mean, I feel like I guess we have to wait, until the creators and start uploading on YouTube and get to show folks, the builder and their top 5, top 10, top 20 builds, to make on NBA 2K27. Listen, you guys, Karima knows this, you guys. Karima knows how this goes, chat, because I sit here watching them, the YouTube videos on, and 2K and 2K stuff all day long, to help me and give me ideas on making builds on NBA 2K. Which FYI, by the way, if any of you found the point forward and made a point forward during Community Day, you guys, during the Community Day / game reveal, I can't wait to see it, you guys. I'm making my point forward on NBA 2K27. Yes, my beloved, that point forward build. I'm bringing the point forward to the park on NBA 2K27. And it would be helpful to see how you make it or its prominence in this year's game and how you make it in this year's 2K, before I get the game and spend hours in the builder, which I'm going to do anyway. But the builder, because the builder is fun, you guys, and making a point forward is fun. But NBA 2K27 looks like, and NBA 2K27 looks like a game for the point forward, by the way, you guys. It really does. 2K27 looks like a point forward year, actually, you guys. It really does. It looks like a year for a build called point forward, man. So I can just sit there and chill in the park, man, and throw Magic Johnson passes all day long and do some really cool stuff on the court. So yes, all the builds and cool build names. I want to see a preview of that, you know, from creators and YouTubers and what they made at Community Day / the game reveal before the game releases, so I can at least get a head start, you know, because once that 2K day rolls around, I'm not gonna lie, chat, I spend hours in the builder anyway. That's the best part of NBA 2K. But I also don't like spending too much time in it where I'm like, oh man, I missed taking my build to the park. I also want to sort of 2K, especially this year, Chad, I'm not gonna lie, I sort of want to make my build and hurry and get to the park too, so I can test out and play against others and enjoy the game. So, you know, I will be in the builder system, you guys. I guess that's what early access is for, by the way. That's why I probably actually will get the game, you guys, during early access. Yeah, okay. So you guys, yeah, anyway, I said I was going to actually wait until actually official 2K day, you guys, but I think I actually may get the game, you guys, on, on early access. I'm fixing my hair and all that, you guys, while I'm talking about NBA 2K. Just listen. But anyway, you guys, yes, I feel like 2K27 is a game for the point forwards. And yes, as a side note, you guys, that brings my point. I wanted to see more on the unique build names during the teaser. I wanted to see some cooler build names, and then just, you know, I kind of saw some similar build names as last year, and that's fine too. But you know, because 2K, it feels like too, it's a lot going on in terms of the major developments, the game modes and the gameplay. So 2K27 is a really solid game, the My Career Story and all that. So there's so much to do in this NBA 2K. But again, I just can't wait to see, which is tomorrow, by the way, chat. Again, that brings my point. I believe that, again, the content creators are allowed to post videos tomorrow. So they're allowed to post videos tomorrow on the builder system, which yes, you guys, I have been keeping up with this stuff since NBA 2, since the game reveal and Community Day. I love reading posts and Twitter posts and watching YouTube videos from all the creators. Again, it's NBA 2K, man, specifically on how to make builds and all that jazz. But which brings it to something, you guys. That brings it to something. I always wanted to go to NBA 2K Community Day. I have never been. I have, of course, heard of it, just being a longtime player of video games, as being a gamer, and being a longtime player of NBA, of NBA 2K specifically. So I've heard of Community Day, but I have never been, actually, you guys. I would love to go one day. I mean, mainly, honestly, because I'm a true gamer. I am. I think it's cool that 2K, especially too, that like a video game franchise such as NBA 2K brings out folks, you know, to test this historic basketball game. And I would love to be one of those one day, you know, giving my input and helping folks as well, you know, figure out this beautiful advanced basketball game known as NBA 2K. You know, it's on my bucket list for sure, man. So somebody help a sister out and get me to NBA 2K Community Day as a side note, you guys, one day. But that brings something else, you guys. Maybe there are other opportunities and projects by 2K, and I'd love to be a part of that. You know, that brings me to something, you guys. The highlight of the game reveal and stream, out of all the things that they said on Tuesday afternoon, was when they announced the NCAA college basketball game. You guys, it said during the game reveal, back on campus, February 2027. Listen, you guys, remember when it was announced that college basketball, the NCAA basketball game, was in the works, was making a comeback, and everyone was debating whether or not EA Sports or 2K was going to get the rights to make it? Well, it looks like, you guys, 2K won the rights to do it, and to do this college basketball game. And I guess this teaser, it makes it official during the game reveal. So also, I just love that it says February, by the way, you guys. It said back on campus February 2027. Like a 2K NCAA college basketball game, you guys, would be a perfect Valentine's Day gift, man. Like, that would be the perfect Valentine's Day gift. That is the way to my heart, fellas, by the way, out there. If you want to get to my heart, buy me NBA 2K, buy me an NBA 2K basketball game. So yes, you guys, back on campus, if that February, man, it's just, if it's coming in February, if that means 2K is going in the lab and making it, and it's going to come out by September, I love it. Which, as a side note too, by the way, it brings me a side note, you guys, I love that back on campus in February teaser for the college basketball game. It just makes me think, I always wanted to know, after when 2K releases their NBA 2K game, I always wanted to know how far after they make the game, like, when do they start working on the next 2K? Like, I always thought it was around, like, March or April. But it looks like, yes, February. They start as early as February working on, like, new video games. So that's just me as a side note, you guys, on my nerdy gamer stuff. But anyway, you guys, so that brings my point, though. So back to the college basketball announcement, maybe 2K will be doing a community day or a gathering for this NCAA game. You know, I would love to go to it. You know, I would love to go to something like that to get a first look and a sneak peek at the college game. You know, and knowing 2K, listen, the best part about this college video game is that it's probably going to follow the NBA 2K script. I mean, you know, we're probably in for a Visual Concepts produced My Career Story, you know what I mean? College career story, you know, which they already excel at, you know, obviously in the NBA 2K My Career Story, you know, with MP starting out in high school and going, you know, and choosing his college, going through the college journey and eventually making it obviously to the NBA. I feel the NCAA basketball game is going to be the same as NBA 2K, just without the NBA part, obviously. You know, I feel like it's going to be just like that. And that would be amazing. Like I feel like we're going to be getting a park and all that, you know, with 2K, just like, you know, just with the NCAA, just with the NCAA game. You know, the city is going to be a college campus. And, you know, I feel like, yes, just what the NCAA game is going, the park, though, is going to be a college campus. And there will be, you know, like a swags with all the college gear. And just like in season 5 of NBA 2K26, you guys know season 5 this year on NBA 2K26. You know, they 2K had all the college stuff and the college theme stuff for March Madness. So which I spent all of my VC on, by the way, you guys, on NBA 2K26 on all that college gear that they had on during season 5. They should have saved it for the NCAA video game, by the way, you guys, all that college stuff. They definitely should have saved it. But yes, I feel like the NCAA college game, you guys, yes, is going to be just like NBA 2K. They're going to give us seasons and a swags, you know, with all the college gear. That would be so cool, though, you guys. Again, all that college gear that they gave us for season 5, that would be so cool and amazing if they gave us like that during like a season 1 of the NCAA college basketball game. But that's just me, chat. But anyway, you guys, I can't wait for this college game, man. I know it'll make a lot of the college basketball fans and experts happy on the college front. But that brings me to my last thing, you guys. Which, give me 1 second, you guys. Hold on. I'm looking up some stuff here. Hold on a second. All right, you guys, it brings me to my last thing. My last thing is, you guys, you know what game I can't wait for? You guys, actually, yes, let's forget the course I put all that. You guys know what my laptop's sitting from me. You know what I can't wait for? Grand Theft Auto 6. No, I'm kidding, you guys. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, but yes, I'm joking, you guys. I mean, I'm just kidding. Because GTA 6 is GTA. You guys know, but you guys know. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. You guys know what I mean. But you know what other game I'm really looking forward to, you guys? NBA 2K27. Yes, you guys, really. And I mean that really. I mean, I'm so glad 2K didn't take a backseat because of the GTA hype, because of all the hype around Grand Theft Auto 6 coming this fall. You know, for a game that took Rockstar 10 years, you know, to make and went through so many delays versus a game that 2K consistently puts out every year, a basketball game that they put out every year and updates the rosters like in real NBA time with all the trade transactions and all that. I mean, listen, I love you though, Rockstar. I love you, Rockstar. But listen, I'm just stating facts. Also, this just shows my love for gaming, man. You know, this is what this video is about. You guys, I'm just going to, you know, this is what this video is all about, you guys. Is this whole, the video game stuff. Grand Theft Auto 6, NBA 2K27. You know, I'm just going, which brings to my point, you guys. I'm just going to have to be one of those, you know, locked in my gaming chair playing both this fall, you guys. You know, once I take a break, my plan this fall, you guys, is once I take a break from playing 2K, once I'm sitting on 2K for 8 hours and I'm going to take like a small break, which is not going to be a break, which will be never, I'm going to be on GTA 6, you guys. I'm going to have on GTA 6. And then when I call myself, when I'm taking a break from playing Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm going to be on 2K. No, I'm kidding, you guys. But I'm actually serious, you guys. So yes, that means I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming this fall, you guys. I don't know how I'm going to have time to, like, you know, be a grown woman and do anything else this fall, you know, especially with NBA 2K27, you know, looking good this year and not shortchanging us, you know, because of the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. So I don't know about you all, you know, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys' plans are, you know, in terms of gaming this fall, you know, or what are you going to do about the Grand Theft Auto 6 and NBA 2K war? You guys, what are you guys going to do about the 2K and GTA and Rockstar Games war, man? You know that's going to happen this year. It's inevitable. But all I know, though, you guys, is that 2K's game reveal just solidifies my love for NBA 2K and my love for the game of basketball. Y'all, I have not left this gaming chair, you guys. Yes, my chair that I'm sitting in right here. I have not left this chair, you guys, since the PS5 dropped, you guys. I have not left this gaming chair, you guys, since the PS5 was released. It's why I really have been taking a break from my media work or not doing it. And not because being a freelance writer is tough work and I can't do my job. It's 2K's fault, you guys. But I've been playing 2K you guys. It's because I've been playing NBA 2K. I am addicted, you guys. Obsessed. It's really ridiculous, you guys. I mean, the builder, the My Career Story, the taking your created made up player to the park, creating his face, giving him tattoos, is, you know, playing basketball. I just freaking love it. Play Now Online. I love playing. I love the player likeness, the player ratings, the historical accuracy, the NBA of it, you guys. It's just amazing. But all right, you guys, I'm going to call it one, you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Let me reset up my laptop here. I don't know what's going on, but all right, chat. Thanks for watching my video, you guys. That is the end of my talk here on NBA 2K27. Thanks for watching me sit here and talk for 2 hours, you guys. Almost 2 hours. I honestly did, as you guys. This video, I planned on this video being 30 minutes long. That clearly didn't happen, you guys. This video is longer than 30 minutes long. But yes, you guys, I planned on this video being 30 minutes long, but it's obviously an hour and a half. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for watching my video on NBA 2K. And I hope that it was helpful on all things 2K and the new NBA 2K27. You know, I hope you all continue watching my videos, you know, my YouTube. You know, there will be other videos coming and more streams, 2K streams especially. You know, some special stuff in the works, obviously. I mean, honestly, you guys, coming on my YouTube channel, I promise. So you guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I am going to call it one. I hope that, again, that it was helpful. You know, I hope that you all are going to buy NBA 2K27. And as I know that I am, you guys. So yes, you guys, peace out, you guys. Love you all, man. Peace, love, and basketball, you guys. Thanks for watching my video.